All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a lot of news to share in regards to Barcelona, from Barcelona getting fined by UEFA for breaching some rules. Nico Williams' situation explained to now, Barcelona's new targets for left winger, and a lot more will be covered in this Barcelona transfer roundup video, so make sure to watch it till the end. So let's dive in. Let's start off with the fine situation. I mean, we as a Barcelona fans are currently not having such a great time. To be honest, like we all know how Joan Laporta pulled off those financial levers in 2022 to get the signings of Lewandowski, Conde, Rafinha, and all done at that period of time. Those levers were acceptable by La Liga as financial precautionary measures. But for UEFA, those levers weren't acceptable. As for that, UEFA has fined Barcelona for 15 million euros, which could have easily been 60 million euros. But Laporta handled the situation by explaining how it was precautionary measures. But always a thing to notice is that Barcelona club sources admit that despite the fines for not complying by UEFA's football club earning rule, UEFA recognized the club is on a good path towards financial stability, which is a really great news, from at least some good news. Because even though we aren't playing, our ass is constantly getting used and losing, no matter what from that. Let's shift towards some transfer news. So we all know what has happened with Nico Williams, right? So let me just explain it in short. If you haven't caught up with the news already, so Nico Williams has renewed his contract with Athletic Bilbao. So here's the thing, guys. Barcelona actually had no plans to even go for Nico Williams for next season. We literally last season said that Barcelona trains comes once, and we moved on towards our other targets. But this time around, Nico Williams was the one who offered himself to us. Everything was agreed. Just Barcelona needed to pay the release clause, which we were going to. But Nico's agent wanted a clause which would allow Nico to leave on free if Barcelona couldn't register him. Even though Barcelona gave him guarantee that Barcelona would register him. And out where a news comes that Nico Williams has renewed with Bilbao. And surprisingly, even Bilbao didn't expect it in simple. Nico Williams used Barcelona to get an outrageous contract from Athletic Bilbao, and he did that excellently well. So this officially puts an end to Nico Williams' saga. Then Barcelona are still in the market for a left winger, and so far there are only two possible options. First one on the list now is Luis Diaz, who Deco still admires and believes to be the best for that left wing position for us. And recently, even Bayern Munich approached Liverpool for Luis Diaz. And will the got their ass rejected? It feels kind of relatable, but the point here is Liverpool have no intention of selling him, and they've made it crystal clear, and he is a quality baller. No doubt, but to get him, we would have to pay a fee that I don't believe he deserves, and that's 80 million euros. That's the price that Liverpool would even consider to negotiate for Luis Diaz. And Barcelona are already well-known brookies. I mean, we've got money, but to spend it on Diaz this much for clearly the price, which he isn't, is quite unfair for me. Still, let's see how Barcelona approach towards this Luis Diaz deal, as he is still our number priority after Nico deal falling, which stings like hell, man. But our second priority is Marcus Rashford. And to be honest, there are actually two things. Like, first off, all Rashford so far is acting like a guy who's dying to lose virginity. But he only wants to lose it to that one girl who sees him as nothing but a maybe or an option, which is sad. And secondly, like, he wants to play for us clean and clear, like he isn't looking into any clubs. He just wants Barcelona from the start and is willing to do anything for us. This is what Barcelona wants, the players who want to play for us and represent our badge with pride, not the players who are using us for their selfish reasons. And the best thing would be Rashford is clearly a lot cheaper than Diaz. Both are of the same age, but we've seen both of their primes. Like, yes, I know that Luis Diaz has been consistent with his performances, and Rashford hasn't had that great time of so far. But man, this guy was terrifying in his prime that season under tension hack when Ronaldo left, I guess. After that, where he scored 30 goals or something, and even knocked us out of Europa League. If we managed to unlock that version of his, Mamma Mia, it would be scary. And I believe it could happen, as we all know how Hansi Flick has improved a lot of our players, especially Rafinha and Ferran Torres. So it can similar happen to Rashford, plus we have upper hand in this situation as United wants to sell him by all means to get in fair play properly and get more signings done. But in case of Liverpool, they've got upper hand as we want Diaz and Liverpool are not in any rush of selling him. So both would be great. So let's see who does Barcelona go for in the end. But let me know. Your preferred left winger, is it Luis Diaz, Marcus Rashford, or anyone else in the comments down below? Then Inter Milan are now considering a move to sign for Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, as Jan Sommer is potentially on the move to Galatasaray. But it's from reliable sources, but it all depends on Sommer because if he does leave Inter, we might actually be able to shift Ter Stegen's ass in Milan for good. But let's see how it goes because there isn't a lot information about it. Then we all know how Barcelona also are in the market for a full back, as Flick has asked for two reinforcements, mostly which were a left winger and a full back so far. There are two guys in picture. The latest one is Dumfries, the guy who in a way cooked us. Pretty hardly has a release clause in his contract, which would allow non-Italian clubs to sign him just for 25 million euros. This clause is only applicable till mid-July, I believe. So it's going to be interesting as Barcelona have genuine interest in the player, but nothing is concrete yet. As I believe we'll go for a winger, then decide the situation regarding full back, plus Manchester City are also interested in Dumfries. So it's not going to be that easy. Then another name is Grimaldo, as he's already El Masia talent, so it would be easy to integrate him into the team. But there is nothing concrete yet. But that's it for today, guys. If you've watched the video this far, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That would help a lot. And thank you for watching the video. Peace out.